boys and girls. Welcome to my player rating for last night's performance against Blackpool. Not as easy as some people suggested. I said it was going to be a difficult game, and I said that they're a little bit, tougher than some people were, giving them credit for. It was comfortable at one point when we went 2-0 up. I thought, that's it, game over, lovely. Nice, comfortable evening. And then the referee steps in and makes it all about him. Sends off Guendouzi, and then in that last 20 minutes, we were riding our luck. And we were a bit fortuitous, to say the least. There was an incident with Cech. Don't even get me started on that. And I think what kind of evened things out was the fact that Blackpool had a player sent off, rightly so as well, you absolute bonehead donkey, for the tackle on Aubameyang. And it made things in the last 5 minutes a lot easier. 6 minutes of injury time, we kind of just played down the clock, went to the corners, and that's how it got. We had to do that just to see it through. And we're through to the next round, the quarterfinals. And of course, the draw has been made for the quarterfinals. And we are at home to Spurs. Ha ha! Yes! Woo! I'm absolutely buzzing about it. I love playing against Spurs. I don't care what anyone says. I'm brought up from, what it really means to play Spurs. That's the big game for me. It's the one fixture I look for at the start of every season. When the fixture list comes out, I look, who are we playing? When is it Spurs? Home and away. Let's get that marked in the calendar. And we're actually playing them in the league a couple of weeks before this. So we get to play them twice at the Emirates in a couple of weeks. It's like Christmas has come early. Absolutely buzzing for it. Some people are a bit nervous and apprehensive because, of course, Spurs, they've been better than us over the last couple of years in terms of the league position. But what have you won? You still won nothing. So are you really better than us? Is there a shift in power? And right now, as it stands today, you're not even above us in the Premier League. Unlucky boys. And the other thing as well, need to note this because it's very important. You're lucky the game's been drawn at the Emirates, because who knows where it would have been played if it was the home tie to you. Wembley, MK Dons, don't know, maybe you might have tried borrowing West Ham Stadium or whoever. No one knows. You ain't even got a home. So, yeah, bring that on. But that's for another day. We're talking about a Blackpool game, player ratings, and that's what I'm going to get into right now. First of all, we're going to go with the goalkeeper, Cech. If you needed any proof as to why Leno has to start in the Premier League and why he is now, last night was the case. I'm not buying all this. He's just come back from injury. Might be a bit rusty, all that. He's experienced, all right? It's as simple as that. There was an incident in the second half where he came for a cross, completely missed it. Blackpool hit the bar. And then there was that incident where he just didn't sort his feet out. He saw the player coming in on the left-hand side. He knew there was a striker already here, but it's like he forgot. And he took this guy on the left here and played the ball straight into the guy there. And a goal was disallowed. Otherwise, that would have been 2-2 and would have been fucked. But yeah, for last night's performance, I'm giving Cech a 5. Pretty simple. Going to move into the defensive area. First of all, on the right-hand side, Stefan Lichtsteiner. I thought he had a decent game. Scored a goal as well. And if he has to play on Saturday against Liverpool because Bellerin's injured, then I'm not worried. I really ain't worried. I think that he will do the job. And I think that he will have the know-how, the knowledge and everything else to step into that game. He's an experienced player. So, yeah, last night's performance, decent. Got up and down the pitch. Defended okay. And for last night, I'll give Lichtsteiner a 7. Going to move into the central defensive area. First of all, Mustafi. Couple of ropey decisions again last night. I'm hoping he's not playing in the game against Liverpool. No disrespect, but I'd rather Sokratis and Rob Holding there. Last night's performance, pretty straightforward. I'm going to give Mustafi a 6. Alongside him was the young lad. Now, I'm not going to pronounce his name because I can't. All right, I'm sorry, but I just can't do it. And I always get battered in the comment section by everyone that says, you butchered his name and this, that, the other about other players. So I'm not going to try it. He's a Spanish guy, plays in the under-23s. It was his debut. And yeah, it was a decent performance. It was quite calm and composed and assured for a young lad. And given the fact he's made his debut, he was comfortable on the ball. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing more of him in the future. And hopefully in the future, I'll actually know how to pronounce his name. So, but yeah, don't hold your breath yet. But for last night, I will give him a 7. Going to move into the left-back area. And that was Cole Jenkinson. Haha, Cole Jenkinson. The most privileged Arsenal fan in history. The amount of money this man's earned out of the club and he doesn't do anything except what me or you do, which is watch a game. But last night he got to play in it. And he didn't do too bad, to be honest with you. Playing left back, he hasn't played in God knows how long because he always seems to get injured when the transfer windows come round. People will say he got an assist, but it wasn't an assist. It was a bad cross and the goalkeeper actually pushed it out into Emil Smith's row path. I think that I will give Cole Jenkinson a 6 for last night. Going to move into the midfield area. First of all, we're going to go with young lad Guendouzi, sent off. And of course, he is suspended for the game against Liverpool. Some will say he deserved a sending off. Some will say that, you know, he didn't. I'll give him a 6 for last night. It's pretty straightforward, and that's what I'm going to go with. Going to move into the next position, and that is the young lad Emil Smith-Rowe. Another decent game from him. Popped up with a goal. That's his second for the club now. Only 18 years old, and he's got a very bright future. Of course, he has to bide his time a bit, and these are the kind of games that he's going to get minutes in, and he needs to produce. And he did produce. Last night's performance, you know what, because he popped up with a goal as well, I'm going to give Emil Smith-Rowe an 8. Going to move into the other areas. First of all, Ainsley Maitland-Niles back from injury, and it was a pretty straightforward decision. The way he played and everything else. Done what he had to do. Got 60 odd minutes under his belt. And yeah, pretty comfortable, pretty straightforward, you know, performance from him. And it, like I said, it's nice for him to get minutes under his belt. So for last night, I'm going to give Maitland-Niles a 7. I'm going to move into the next position, and that is Aaron Ramsey. And that was a poor performance. This came out, of course, before the game. That Arsenal have told Ramsey why they've not offered him a new contract and why it's been removed. And there will not be one for him. He can go. Bit ruthless from Arsenal. But listen, when you see performances like last night, you can understand why. He's not grabbing the game by the scruff of the neck. He's not looking at it and thinking, I want to play against Liverpool. I'm going out there to put performance in to show Emery what I can do. It was a shocking, shocking performance. And for last night, I'm going to give Aaron Ramsey a 5. Next position, we're going to go with Henrik Mkhitaryan. Again, another performance that's just below par. It's just not good enough. One of the experienced players, and they're getting outshone by youngsters. Not good whatsoever. I can't really say much more than that. Last night, I'm going to give Mkhitaryan a 5 as well. Going to move to the striker, and that's Danny Welbeck. Quiet night for him. Didn't have a lot to feed off. And I felt he looked a little bit jaded, shall I say. Not as sharp as he has been. Not a great night for him, but worked hard, tried, but then was substituted and, you know, didn't really have an impact on the game. So for last night, I'm going to give Danny Welbeck a 6. Substitutes, you know what? None of them really played a lot of minutes. I know Torreira come in there once Guendouzi was sent off. Aubameyang, he didn't have much chance really either. So I'm not going to mark none of the substitutes. Going to get into the manager's rating, and I'm going to give Unai Emery a 7 for last night. Decent lineup, given, you know, the amount of games we've been playing lately and the fact that we got Liverpool at the weekend. He had the assurance of Iwobi, Aubameyang and Torreira on the bench in case things weren't going right. And yeah, he had to bring them on. Not ideal, would like to have saved them, but he had to bring them all on, and they saw us home in the end. So yeah, decent, you know, done the substitutions when he had to. Can't legislate for, you know, Guendouzi getting sent off. But for the lineup, pretty strong and decent bench, so I will give Emery a 7. So there we have it. That is my player ratings for last night's game against Blackpool. Like I said, we are through to the next round against Spurs. That's all that matters. Winning football matches. So that's 12 wins, in 13 games. And we march on to the game against Liverpool this weekend. Of course, if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. Keep an eye out for the preview for the Liverpool game, which I will release on Friday. There will be a match day vlog after the game, of course, and hopefully I'm smiling. There will be the player ratings for the Liverpool game on Monday, and then we go back to Europa League action. Come on, Arsenal. Bring on Liverpool. I'm absolutely buzzing for it. I will see you lot soon. I'm out of here.